Hello friends and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're checking out the Second Amendment. As you've noticed, the last few days have been a strange grouping of hybridized text adventures with some sort of a strange twist to them. Today's game is going to be a text adventure used in a QWOP-like game, so if that makes any sense. Essentially we're going to be controlling a hand which we're going to be smashing into a keyboard to try and fulfill prompts on the screen. It's a very strange little concept, but perhaps a little bit of a mystery tale is going to be told here, and I'm very interested in knowing how they're going to capitalize on this very interesting and different concept. So we've got this old CRT monitor and a giant, like Wii U-shaped keyboard full of keys, and as you can see, they are enlarged to try and make this maybe a little bit easier for our protagonist here, whose hand does not seem to flex in any meaningful way. It just sort of slaps the ground or slaps whatever's in front of him or her. So the first step we need to do is to press enter to start. So now you'll notice as the text changes, there are only a couple of prompts that we can actually put in. We have to type one of the all caps words to proceed. You're in a room, there is a chest and a plant, you don't have much time. Now our task is to try and pound out one of those two words. I'm going to choose plant in this case. And as you see below the hand, it looks like it's actually highlighting some of the letters. It is indeed doing that to give you sort of a generalized sense of where your cursor is going to end up, but it doesn't necessarily always land in the right spot. So you have to do it a little bit by eye as well, in addition to the fact that it's got this proximity light or beacon or whatever we're going to call it. So we got the P in. Now we're going to hit L all the way over here for an A, N, and a T. Now don't get me wrong, this looked kind of easy, but this is also like the second or third time I've tried this out, actually. This game is pretty challenging at first to get a handle of where exactly the center of the hand is from this strange perspective. And what I'm really hoping will happen with this one is that they'll start to use a little bit of this meta perspective with the fact that we're doing a game within a game to try and mess with the player a little bit. And I've noticed they have actually gone so far as to introduce some ambience in the fact that there are, birds and perhaps a little bit of rain, ambient noises coming from, what might be forest. It looks like we're sitting on a table with a candle next to us, and then it might just be that we're outside. I'm not really sure what the setting is here, but it is kind of curious, like, how did they get this computer out here? Where even is the tower? Because it's just a CRT monitor with a keyboard, right? So this looks like it might be dated as well. So the plant is a hydrangea. You're in a room, there's a chest and a hydrangea, you don't have much time. Well, I guess I really don't have a lot of options then. I guess we'll type chest. So this is, I thought it was going to be a branching path. It did not appear to be after I type that in. C-H-E-S, nope, that's chew. Let's go backspace, S, nope, I don't know what that just did. I don't think it did anything, actually. We're not, oh, okay, I did one backspace. C-H-E-S-T, perfect. Now enter. You carefully open the antique chest. Inside, you find the key to your father's study. You aren't supposed to go in there, so study. S, T, U, D, and Y. Awesome. We're actually doing fairly well on this one so far. You slowly approach the door. It towers above you ominously. It suited your father well. The key fits into the lock with a soft click. For a moment, you feel the familiar fear of disobeying your father. You hear a faint noise not too far from your cabin, or did you? You refocus on the matter at hand. You should open the door. Okay, so we've got two prompts for door. Clearly we're going to type that in. It's not actually that hard to do this one, thankfully, since we've got two letters that repeat. Or a letter that repeats twice, rather, is a better way to phrase that. The door creaks open somewhat unceremoniously. It's strange seeing this place without your father at his desk. A thin layer of dust covers the floor. Nobody has been in here for quite a while. You see your father's pride and joy in a case on the wall. An 1861 LeMat revolver. It's kind of hard to read the text. It's actually a bit small. No family photos, just the gun figures. So we have chest, or rather, we have desk and we have gun. I'm going to type in desk just in case that's helpful for some reason. D-E-S-K. No, that's O. Let's go back. Nothing. A lot of times you just seem to type nothing, strangely enough. Okay. Feels wrong being here, his inner sanctum. He spent hours here. You begin to drift into your memories, but quickly snap out of it. Now is not the time to think on how things were. There is only one unlocked drawer. Okay, so now we've got to type drawer. Nope, I don't even know what that letter is. I wish there was a little bit of scaling, because like I said, this text is a little bit small. No, that's a Q. You'd think the A would be easy since it's right on the edge, but I keep hitting the Q instead. I guess I'm not going down far enough. There we go. A, W, E, W, there we go. E, R. Awesome. You open the drawer to find a gun-shaped key. There's a thought outside. Was that your door? Alright, so gun. Wasn't expecting to have to type that. That seemed a little out of place. Also, sometimes it feels like they're almost using the caps as emphasis, and then you gotta remember they're actually the keywords to move on in the story. Okay, I'm typing too many letters by accident. G, U, N, O, there it is. You open the case, the aroma of blued steel and polished walnut is released. Like any good soldier, the weapon waits until it's needed. You hear something in the distance right outside the glass door. You're sure of it this time. Your father taught you to aim, or did you lose that too? Alright, so aim. A-I-M. Enter. You steady your hand at the figure in the darkness outside. Your heart skips many beats as a huge figure in the darkness stops in front of your door. You brace yourself to fire. So now we've done this interesting little psychological experiment where the player is getting kind of into this story and you want to keep things moving forward, but now you have to struggle to type in the next keyword to move the story forward. I kind of like that little bit of dissonance, keeping the player waiting in suspense like that. Alright. As you pull the trigger, you catch a brief and terrible look at the attacker, a terrified bear trying to escape the darkness. Why is it terrified? The thunderous explosion from the 9-shooter echoes into the night sky, followed only by the crashing cascade of broken glass and your heavy breathing. 2 souls alone in the dark. One had a gun. Check for danger. Alright, C. That is not a C. C. H. No, that's a Y. Nope. The other thing I feel would be really a nice addition to this is to possibly be able to mess around with some stuff around you in the scenery, too. Like, if I swung my hand too far in one direction, maybe I could knock over the candle and accidentally start a fire or something, or maybe have some other things off-screen that we might be able to look at. What was I typing as check, right? Check for danger, right? It's right above me, and I couldn't even find it. Chef? No, not chef. Also makes me wonder if there's Easter eggs hidden in this, like maybe words that aren't super obvious to type, or maybe not even obvious at all, that are just completely not part of the story that might send us somewhere else. It's quiet now, a still, deathly quiet. You slowly creep around the doorway. Can't be too careful. The sight is more disturbing than you imagined. There was no body, nowhere in sight, just broken bits of glass. Alright, G. No, that's T. I'm kind of expecting at some point that something's going to, like, grab me in the meta version of the game, because we are outside. You look down at the broken pieces of glass to see a familiar face, a terrified bear. You're confused. Get closer. Uh-oh. I've heard enough campfire stories. What is going on? Wow. I hadn't played to the ending. I didn't know that was going to happen. That's hilarious. I thought I kept mistyping somehow, but they were totally taking advantage of me for that, and it turned me into a bear at the end. That's pretty silly. I don't know what to make of this game. It's a wild time. You definitely have to work for it to try and get to the end with the typing, and like I said, I kind of made it look a little easier than it actually is, at least at first. Once you get some practice and maybe you find the sweet spot of where the center of the palm is, but try to type like that in real life. It's never going to work. Although, you probably don't have a keyboard quite like the one the characters seem to have in the game. All in all, I think it was kind of a cool little experiment. I wish they experimented more with it, though, and maybe this is something that could be elaborated upon. Like I said, it would have been cool to see the environment integrated more, since, why are we sitting at this outside computer anyway? Maybe have that, blend into the story, but I kind of went over that already. So that's kind of my assertion for this one. Pretty cool little game. Second Amendment, free to try. It is available in your browser if you want to play it. This might be a fun one to take a friend through and see what they do as they're struggling to type in, try to work for each word that they have to type in. But, try it if you want, and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your comments, as I always do. So if you want to leave me some feedback, feel free. Link again in the description, as well as my other social media information, like my Twitter, my Facebook, my Twitch page, and of course indie-impressions.com, where every new episode gets aggregated every day, and you can go and see them all sorted. So if you're looking for a particular type of game, that could be the quickest way for you. So with that, I will leave you for another day. Thank you again for your continued support and for continuing to show up back again at the series. New episodes are every single day, so I will see you again tomorrow, and I hope you have a lovely night. Talk to you later.